Brother Randell, December 4th, 1906, Ithaca, New York, Cornell, State Street. Talk to us about today as Founders Day. Why is this day so important, not just only for us, but for everybody in America?
Well, Founders Day goes back to 1906, December 4th, which you kind of hit on, where 7 gentlemen sat down and decided to start a fraternity for African-American men. That was phenomenal at that time because we're talking about 1906 when there was a lot of adversity and a lot of challenges for us as African-American males. But these men had the fortitude to go forth, put together a plan and implement it, and today you see 116 years later, us sitting here as brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, fellowshipping in leadership, brotherhood, scholarship, and service.
From 06 through 2022, and we're about to go into 2023, we look over that span of time. We see Dr. King, the March, we see Thurgood Marshall with law and jurisprudence, we see Art Shell, NFL, Donald Driver, and Donnie Hathaway. The list goes on. I could just go on and on and on. But when we see these great gentlemen, talk a little bit about people who are quality human beings, love for all mankind, and what we're all about.
Well, Alpha Phi Alpha stands for setting an example, setting that precedence. As you mentioned, Dr. King, he is a phenomenal leader. But not only was he a leader, he was able to bring people together. That's what Alpha Phi Alpha is all about, getting in the community, getting out, making a statement, a profound statement, getting young men in positions where they can develop and grow. Our goal as a fraternity and as a chapter here locally is to continue to build upon that legacy.
November 1984, the Suncoast, Minnesota. This particular chapter in the gentlemen in this room, take us back to November of 84, why that's significant, and we've been able to help people here, whether they were in Bradenton or any down Tamiami, Sarasota, and all Venice, everywhere on the Suncoast. But just take us back to 84 and why that's significant.
Well, the significance is when you think about it, the Minnesota Alphas, 941 Alphas, Psi Lambda, our chapter name, actually encompass 2 counties and 3 cities, Palmetto, Bradenton, and Sarasota. So we have an outreach and a reach that is phenomenal and inside of understanding that. So these 7 brothers that were our chapter founders came together, charter founders, came together, and they decided to bring together a brotherhood. And that brotherhood has been in existence, since you said, since 1984, doing those things in those 3 cities and 2 counties, which is unique in itself. But it's the essence about the chapter of Psi Lambda that is unprecedented. You really, as you can attribute to yourself by sitting in this room, the essence of our brothers and the brotherhood we have here is like no other.
Annually, we always have a big event, and it's just around the corner. We think about Dr. King, we think about scholarship and the opportunity to interact and invite the community out. Give the people a preview of the date, the time, the location, Lakewood, the whole deal, so they can look forward to something, so they can see us and help the cause.
Absolutely. Annually, we have been doing for 20 years now our MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dinner dance and benefit dinner dance. And this goes to raising funds for scholarships for African American, Hispanic males, males of black and brown color of our community. We give back in ways from the funds we raise, but the ultimate goal is an elegant event for our community to come out, support, and to do the things that we need to be doing as generally brothers of our community and this chapter, but ultimately as a community as a whole, to see we can give back and make these brothers, these young men, put them in positions where they can grow and develop to be phenomenal citizens in our community.
To your right and my left are the 7 jewels. Talk a little bit about their significance and the reason we're here. And how special they are, whether it was Callis or Tandy or Chapman, Jones, or, all of the brothers. Just take us back to the jewels and we'll never forget what they've been able to do.
Absolutely. We're indebted to our Jews. I'll just be honest with you. Our Jews' diversity, as even in their age at the time, when the chapter was founded in 1906, is very diverse. The oldest brother was 28 years old, all the way down to brothers being 17 years old. So it was a diversity there. But these brothers had a vision for our community, for males that were African American, to fit into the norm that wasn't directly set yet, but they started to set that precedence. And when you think back on that, and we think 116 years ago, that these 7 brothers had a vision that still today holds just as strong, or even stronger than it did then for them, and we're doing the things that we need to do in the community, it's just phenomenal when you think about it. I mean, can you really grasp around 116 years ago? 7 individuals sat down, and we sit here today in a fraternity over 200,000, I believe, of individuals. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. But to that point, and I will say this to finish it up, when you think back on that vision and you look at it today, they had no clue. They just had the know-how to want to do something. And that's what we all as brothers of this chapter want. We just want to do something in our community to be better. And we follow in those 7 jewels.
From State Street in Ithaca, New York, to Baltimore, to the Sun Coast. We're there, and, you know, we're always, once that black and gold is in our soul, it's there. But just talk a little bit about what we do and what we do to help people, and any final closing thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, we're about leadership, scholarship, service, and brotherhood. More importantly, brotherhood. And our brotherhood, it's contagious. A brotherhood, once you see the brotherhood of our brothers, it feeds off into the community to give a collective build of getting along and doing the things that need to be done to push that step forward for our community, for our people, for just in general, for the stance of doing what's right, doing that hard right over that easy wrong. That's what Alpha Phi Alpha is about. And when I close out and think of it, to me, it's nothing more greater. I've been in the military. I have a big family. My grandmother had 16 kids, to be honest. But this fellowship, this brotherhood that I share in Alpha Phi Alpha is unmatched. It really is. And I say that all the time. It's a camaraderie, it's an understanding, and it's a love that you cannot match.
Thank you, sir.